the stream button. Let's see if it's working.
So we can do our testing. 1, 2. Go for it.
All right, prepare yourself, guys. Chris with T3 Media. This is fan sharing, entertaining news, honest reviews, the latest in movies, TV, and more by talking to the medias. I'm totally butchered that whole thing because I guess I'm just nervous because I have a guest here with me. We have Amanda Pearson. I'm gonna try my best to get her on camera, and so we can talk about what we need to talk about. So
yeah.
I'm sorry about this. Let me just do this and get this out the way because, and I got the graphic up for what we're going to be talking about. But want to introduce yourself to everybody and say hi and let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Go ahead.
Sure. Hi everyone. I'm Amanda. I am now the new co-host. Super excited to be here. This is our first show together, so very excited.
On episode 105, and. Yeah, Amanda said that she wanted to help us do the talking to the media stuff. I mean, you guys already said that I have such a punchable face that you're like, you need to get some more time. But no, the real reason why I asked Amanda to help me out was twofold. You have acting experience.
I do.
And let me get I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to get myself on the camera here and I keep
It was just me
I was,
the whole time and just staring at me.
Well no it was actually this was going back and forth, but I was messing up with the lower third, so I kind of revealed what we were already going to be talking about.
That's right.
On something, but I already told you that I was going to make a mistake here and there because that's just what I do. So
right.
But before we get into that, I guess I mentioned earlier that I like to do what the Swiss do, which is just have a conversation before getting right into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
And I think I wrote down some of the things that we could talk about.
Okay.
But first off, it's the 5th of July. How was your 4th?
Well, it was very chill. I will say I was sick pretty much all week, and I was supposed to be at a beach house with like 8 of my closest friends, but unfortunately I could not get out of bed yesterday until about 5:30, and I had another group of friends that were kind of just chilling by the pool, hanging out. So I ended up just going and hanging out with them, watching fireworks, got a little crazy, drank tea. I know, I'm hardcore.
Just tea?
Just
nothing.
Yeah. I get just very crazy.
Oh, sorry about that. I was making sure that the volume was good.
Oh, yeah. So, yep, got a little crazy. Stayed out till midnight,
And just have fun. And you're going to go out again.
Yeah, now I'm actually going to go to the beach house now that I feel a little bit better, and I lost my voice too.
No.
Yeah, so luckily I got that back, so I can be here.
Yeah, because we were thinking about doing this yesterday, and then we realized it was the 4th.
And we're like, no.
You're like, no, that's not happening.
Which is I'm very glad that I had another day to recover.
Right. So so that's why I spent the 4th of July all alone. Joy had to work. I did nothing.
Oh, no.
I sat in the living room and I just watched fireworks going off. So at least I got a little show.
Just alone?
Yeah. I watched Stranger Things and being freaked out by that and having explosions going off in my backyard. It was great. It was the best experience ever. So that was my 4th. That was it. So yeah. Thanks for standing me up.
I'm sorry. I don't feel bad.
Good. You should. No, I'm glad that you feel better.
But I'm sorry for this right now, but I tried the best that I could to put myself together, being sick and all. So I apologize.
No, it's fine. It's fun. No, it's funny. You guys should have heard what we were talking about earlier before we started recording, and we started so late because I had to get the graphics and all that stuff ready. It's the first time.
Yeah.
First day.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But
we'll get better, promise.
All right. And I was mentioning, I was talking about Joy, and I think it was a TV show that made me think about this. I said we were talking about relationships, and I said, has your boyfriend ever done what most guys do, which is like recap?
And I was like, are you talking about sex?
Because I've done that before. I don't think I do that with Joy. Not as much as I used to. When I said recap,
yeah, can you elaborate when you're saying recap?
So some guys who are insecure, like I used to be, like to know that they did a okay job, so they will recap what just happened, like a few seconds, a few minutes ago. In some situations.
Like, did you like when I did that thing,
or that thing, or
when I moved my butt?
Yeah, exactly.
Like to that position.
Was when I did that, was that too much? Did I violate? Stuff like that.
Oh, I don't think that's ever happened to me. I don't think any guy that I've been with has ever recapped. They'd be like, wow, that was amazing. But...
They've all said it like
just like that.
That was amazing. I need, you know what? I don't think I've ever. I've obviously said it before, but I should say it more because it is. It is amazing. Yeah. I actually enjoy. That was amazing.
It's mostly it's like, wow, your boobs are real. I get that a lot.
I get that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it's just something that some guys do.
Yeah.
And it's weird.
Okay. No.
And I don't know why.
Well, we'll get into that, but I have a type and they're all the same. So, of course they wouldn't change it.
It'll be, oh my God. Yeah, that's a funny thing to get. We got to talk about. Mm-hmm. Joy's going to probably be upset that I brought this up. I said something else about, you said you saw some of the videos that
beforehand. Yeah.
She wanted to do her research before agreeing to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who you are. Exactly. Like, you'd be crazy.
Exactly. Like, I offered her some water. It took her like 5 minutes to decide whether or not she was going to drink it or not.
Yeah, I have a tester in my purse, and I was like, "So you sure?"
she put a paper towel on top of the
lasered it.
Exactly.
I was like, I know your games.
Like, that is a napkin because I don't want anything, getting in there. So I'm like, no, it's not going to be a hangover situation. Right.
Yeah. Or roofie.
I'm a little hyper right now because of my Monster drink, but I brought up. You know what? I'll wait until we talk about the rundown because it'll definitely come up there.
I'm sure it will. I have no idea what he's talking about.
I've been vague about this whole thing. I told her a little bit about it, but I've been so vague about it. But I mean, I'm working. Okay, so what? Besides that, before we get into the main topic, what did you think about the whole setup that I was thinking about doing and what I decided to do right now? Like right now, I feel like I got you in like a wannabe cubicle. Yeah,
wannabe. Yeah. No, he was gonna have me stand up the whole time.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's cute. I don't know if you can like show everybody like what it looks like.
No, I can't. Oh, thanks for putting me on the spot. Anytime, right?
Eventually, we'll get there. But when you do see it, it looks pretty cool. He did a really great setup, but forgot chairs, and I was like, I'm not standing the whole time. Exactly. You gonna sit down?
I literally thought about it when I
already have a demand list.
I was driving exactly. I felt like I was gonna get in a woke or Me Too moment or something. I felt like I was gonna be that guy. Joy is gonna be standing right next to me as I prepared my speech. I did not know at the time that making a woman stand up for 3 hours waiting.
I was like, we're equals, okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
Look, even I'm not getting paid for this, okay? So that's right. You're already at this point higher paid than I am at this point.
That's true. Yeah.
You know what I just realized?
I mean, that's the only way I was going to get here. He had to pay me.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, one of the guys that I'm just going to leave it on. One of the guys that I follow on YouTube, John Campy, he said the same thing. He said, it's about, you pay people what they're worth. You compensate people for their time. Yeah. A lot of actors, and I'm sure you know about a lot about this. A lot of people, especially on Facebook, they want to get actors to work for free. They want you to. They want, and I don't have all the money in the world. I mean, I'm sure but we're in a trial period right now. But I don't know if you guys, you guys will tell me if it's working or not. You'll probably ask for me to leave and for her to stay, and that's probably what's going to happen. But I didn't want to not offer you anything.
No, of course, and I appreciate that because as an actor, of course, you don't mind doing things when you're first starting out to get the experience and then really to create a reel.
Right.
Normally, that's what it is. You do a lot of films, short films, whatever you can do to create a demo reel to actually make more money.
Right.
But then once you have all of that and you're like, okay, I'm more of an experienced actor, like now I need to start getting paid because I need to live.
Right.
So yeah.
Exactly. I think what was it that he said? It was so perfect. It's like most people who are trying to get actors to work for free, they'll say something like, "We'll do this so you can get exposure."
Right, and that's
exposure.
experience
and exposure. Yeah. But this is, and I feel like this is the perfect comeback to that. I can't pay my rent with exposure.
Exactly.
For you to get experience, I can't pay my rent for you to get the experience. For me to get experience on this, I have to be compensated for my time.
There's a great meme out there, and it's pretty much like, I can pay you. I'm gonna butcher this like really badly.
I can already tell.
It's like the director's like, I can pay you with 80 or 800 exposures, and then the guy's like, oh great, because 800 exposures will pay my rent. Right. Thank you.
Isn't that exactly what I just said? Oh my god.
It was something like that. Anyway.
But I think I heard. I think I heard that.
That was funny. It was perfect.
It's almost like Disney dollars.
Yeah.
Because you can't. When you go to Disney World or Disneyland, you can't. You can when you exchange your money to Disney dollars, you can't change it back.
You can't.
That's what I heard.
No, I don't know about that.
Like you can't go back to the casino and turn it back and turn those chips back into dollars or something like that. That's how they get you. But with that out of the way, let's get started with the first topic of the day. If I can get the damn graphic to work right, which I probably can't because that wasn't the first topic, was it?
Yes, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, my bad.
Yeah, that's the most popular topic.
Wait a second. Are we sure? Because
going on.
This was.
No, it was definitely that. I promise you.
Yeah, but what happened to that? Was topic number 2, but. All right,
the
so
controversy
the first
of
one,
Little Mermaid.
The first one, okay. Now I got it right. The first one was that was the first one?
Yes.
So the second one is now
what?
Mermaid.
Yeah.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
So why did I move off of that?
Didn't I just say that like 4 times?
That's why. Mm-hmm. It's what it confused me because the lower third is wrong. I'll fix it later. I have to do something really fast.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that, this is a good topic for me because I actually do princess parties. So I've been pretty much every Disney princess you can think of, besides the ones that I'm, not qualified for, like Moana.
So the main topic right now is the first topic right now is. Haley Bailey, am I saying her name right?
Yeah, I guess.
We're so drunk.
I promise we haven't even been drinking.
Right, exactly. But it's because I keep wanting to say Holly Berry.
I know, yeah, because it's very close.
Everybody keeps saying it's not Holly Berry, it's Haley Bailey. And I'm just gonna throw this in there. I'm gonna leave that there, and then I'll fix the lower third. So if you want to go ahead and just you've had experience as a Disney princess.
Yes, for years.
For what company?
Multiple companies, actually. Right now, I work for a company called American Immersion Theater, and that's my current company that I work for. So I do a lot of princess parties, royal balls, different packages for. Like meet and greets, different places. I mean, goodness, there's so many. But mostly, it's just like they're mostly all different Disney princesses.
What was the last one you played?
I was Rapunzel. Yeah. I was Rapunzel. Mm-hmm.
Rapunzel, let down your golden hair?
Yeah.
What movie was that I was... Tangled.
Tangled, yeah. She's a newer,
So were you the... Were you that?
I was her. Yes.
From Tangled.
From Tangled. Yeah.
And but now, so how do you feel about what's going on with the whole Ariel casting thing?
So I understand why everyone is making a big deal about changing the race of the Little Mermaid. Personally, my opinion is, from what I've been reading, she was the best candidate to play her based off of she just nailed it in the audition. And based on everybody else, they wanted her, right? So for a lot of people, just in general, civilization people, they just don't like change. And then when you try to take something that was original and that was great already the way it was and then try to change it, people are just like, no, this is too much for me. I can't. And the thing is, it's not even about, I don't even think it's about because she's black or African American or anything like that. I honestly think it's because at one point, this is how it is. So this is the standard. This is what we're used to. And then you're going to completely change it up. And now it's just different. It's too different. And then there's factors in there that you got to look about. Okay, well, they're going to make Ariel African American now. Well, what are they going to do with her family? Are they all going to be African American now? Because can you have what I would love to see? I'm all for her being Ariel, but they better keep her with red hair though. I think because that's iconic. That's Ariel. Why they should
something
keep
that
her.
I saw. I think I told you that I saw a picture. Somebody did a picture of her on that Little Mermaid on the rock kind of pose with the water in the background.
Yeah.
But it was a lot. It looked like it was real. It was Haley Bailey.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
And she had red hair, and it looked great.
And I think she would do great. I think she would look really good with red hair, honestly. But if they make it like completely different from the original, then yeah, people are not going to like it. But I don't see why they can't make her with red hair. And also, it's Under the Sea, which would be the best. This would be the best type of diverse cast because fish, they are how many different colors? And who says that you have to make the cast all black because she's now black, right? Why can't she have a white sister? This is Atlantis here. This is all fictional. Why can't it be super diverse where you have every race in Under the Sea?
Well, yeah,
because different fish, they're all different colors, and so why can't they do that?
Well,
So
I heard
Disney
fish are
would do
colorblind. I don't see in color, so people should learn a lesson from that.
Right. And there's like purple, blue, black fish all in one.
And maybe that's what some of them will be. Maybe some of them will have all types of.
Because she has Ariel has 7 sisters, something like that.
They were all, but in the cartoon, all of her sisters were white, right?
Right. So that's what, and so was King Triton.
And we were
so
talking
that's what
about
I'm saying.
it
What are
earlier.
they gonna do?
You said you didn't remember any of the black mermaids.
You said they were.
Yeah, I said they were in the back, probably just working. And
they're just working.
Just doing what they normally are supposed to be doing in the 90s. Just just in the background.
I didn't. Yeah. The back. Oh, when they were doing the Under the Sea dancing, or
they were it was probably
the
more,
band.
The band. You beat me to it. They were probably mostly the band.
Oh, I think I saw a saxophone player in there.
No, that was a fish. It was a fish that it was when Sebastian was saying. Sebastian was Jamaican. Well, that was supposed to be a Jamaican accent.
Yeah, but he was
a crab.
He was crab, and you didn't.
He was crab.
Yeah.
But mostly her family was white. I don't think it matters if she's black and if they chose a white person to play the father. I wouldn't care.
Right, and that's what
who's to say
I think
who
they
he got
should.
With?
Right, you don't know. But
who's to say he's not a level 7?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but apparently he's going to tell me later. But no, see, that's how I feel. I think that they could do a good diverse cast,
right,
based off of this fictional place under the sea, right? And this would be the best princess, or she's really not. I guess
she's a princess.
Yeah, she's a princess
because that's King of the Ocean.
That's right. So he's King of the Ocean,
and she's the youngest, right?
I think so. Yeah,
I think she was the youngest out of all the sisters.
She was the youngest and the most rebellious,
and the first to get married. Finds a prince. Pretty much takes over the whole ocean if you watch all the way to the sea. I think on part 2,
and land.
yeah, on land and sea.
She just
I think she went back to the ocean,
She's
destroyed her father, and took over the seven seas in a blood war. If I remember correctly, I might be thinking about something else.
You just Game of Thrones this this Disney movie.
Winter is coming. The Little Mermaid. If they Game of Thrones this.
Oh my God! If Little Mermaid were a Game of Thrones,
a little Game of Thrones, like the Game of Thrones writers were to come in and do the script, and it's like that kind of a world where Sebastian is taken out in the first 5 minutes.
Oh my God!
Flounder.
Imagine?
All you see is a flipper just floating out there, just crazy. But no, I don't think like on that scene with the shark almost got him. It would actually something happen. You know, I'd say that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll do that.
You know what? I heard another rumor about that casting.
Oh yeah, what?
Henry Cavill to play the prince.
I hope so. You'll know why.
I feel like by casting, I know that's just a rumor.
He was totally an Eric. Yeah, for sure.
And people were like, no, he's too old. Well, technically, Holly Bailey is technically, she is 19 years old.
Oh, she's 19.
So she's 19. So she's
actually playing younger.
So she's but you can tell by the way she looks that she's going to be like 16 or 15. I don't know how old Ariel was in the cartoon. Was she like 15 or 14?
16.
Because I remember
she was 16.
Back in those times, that was standard. Like grown men in their 30s married like 12, 13, 14-year-old girls. Yeah. But the life expectancy was like 40 back then. That's true.
I think he could pull it off because he still looks young.
Oh no, I think it would be too creepy.
Just he has to shave. He has no hair. Just give him no hair.
With or without. I mean, because all people are gonna think is, why is Superman robbing the cradle like that? Well, because he's Superman. He probably
can do what I want.
He can do what I want.
He looks like that. Yeah.
Who's gonna stop me?
Maybe they should make Zac Efron. I think he would be good.
He's too old. I feel like they're gonna. He
looks super baby faced.
No. I just feel like they're going to probably go with a young looking prince. Like his guy's going to probably be like 21 or 20 or something like that. And they're going to go that route. Like they're going to say that both the prince and Ariel are like teenagers. I feel like that's what they're going to do. But because I think you already started with one controversy with having, a black Ariel. Now you want to have a black Ariel
with an old ass man.
An old ass man.
They're just starting a bunch of crap. This is what's happening.
I don't know. I feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and I don't. But everyone's just making a big huff about this, and I don't think it's necessary. I think that she would actually be pretty great, but I don't think a lot of, at least Caucasian people, understand that. I know, as a white person speaking for Caucasians, I guess you would say.
Speaking for all Caucasians?
all. No. We were able to grow up with a lot of white princesses.
I saw that on Facebook. Somebody mentioned that.
They did?
I have to look up the post. One girl, it was a white girl. She was retweeted or something like that. And she said, "We've had all white princesses for 70. That's probably me. For 70 years." People need to you guys need to stop being selfish or something like that.
As African Americans, they had to grow up with all white princesses, and until Tiana, which was just recent, they and then we're mad because they want to make Ariel black.
Well, nobody's ever going to admit that that's why they're getting upset. But
that's exactly why.
Well, I won't put words in people's mouth, even if I think it. I feel like what they're going to say is, why can't they just stick to the original?
Well, that's
material?
where I took it back from the change part, that it wasn't even about race, but there are, all right, most of it is because they're changing up something that was original and it was good, right? Like it worked. Right. And then another part is because she is a different race, then it's too much change.
Right.
So again, it kind of intertwines with that. But yeah, for the most part, it's just because you're taking something and you're trying to completely change it.
People just went totally crazy.
Just make sure she has red hair.
Like everything
that would be different.
It's just like, I felt like everything was starting to be attacked. The second you say she's black, then all the other dominoes started to fall. Wait a second. black people can't grow red hair. Wait a second. Everything else started to fall on. You can dye the hair.
Yeah.
Zendaya dyed her hair red. I'm sure if on the next Spider-Man movie, she'll be a redhead.
But she's a mermaid. Who cares? She has red hair.
I said mermaids for
because
one.
it's
Mermaids
fictional.
aren't real.
Yeah. So there should be no problem.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Mermaids
people shouldn't think too much into that.
What people don't realize is, and like what you were touching a little bit on what you were saying earlier. Most of these things were written and developed and produced mostly by white people, because that's predominantly what the stories that were getting greenlit back then, and whatnot. Now, lately, Hollywood is starting to make doing more diverse things, because I guess they're reflecting what the world. I'm not going to say what it is or what it's becoming, what it's always been, but it's now it's just starting to. I feel like. I feel like it's getting to a point where people are starting to go, you know what? We've told these stories the same way so many times. Let's just, we'll take a chance. We'll tell it a different way. And if it works, and 9 times out of 10, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And when it does work, you go, you see, it worked out. We shouldn't freak out. Everybody hated the fact that Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker.
And he was the best one.
Oh my God. What's his name? Who played him? Jack Nicholson is the best Joker ever. Yeah. He's the best. He's the best. Then Heath Ledger was cast. Now people think Heath Ledger is the best. And anybody who tries to be, you have to see what you have to see what's going to happen first. Nobody liked the. What was I going to say? Will Smith as the genie. People,
I loved him.
Before they saw the movie, they just knew it was going to be the worst thing about it. And it was one of the best things about it.
No, actually, I didn't think that. I was like, if anyone was to recreate the genie, Will Smith was probably the best bet.
I feel like even if Robin Williams was still alive, they probably wouldn't have gotten him. They might have gone with Will Smith anyway.
Probably. And the thing is, they didn't make Will Smith act like Robin Williams. They made him his own genie, which I loved. And I loved Aladdin. I thought that was great.
I feel like mermaids aren't real, whether you like it or not. So they're not always they don't always look like this. And as far as sticking with the source material, I say the same thing. Directors don't have to do that. A director's job is not to stick to the source material so we can all feel good about the source material. The director's job is to make the best movie that they can. And just like you said, if Haley did the best job in that audition, then she gets the part. Now, I feel like it's going to be 100% about who did the best job in the auditions. When we see the cast of the father, the sisters, and things like that, if they just go all the colors in the rainbow, it means that they just won on the merits.
That would be ideal. That's what I'm hoping for, because I'm like, all right, how are they going to do this if she is now African American? So
I don't think.
I'm curious.
Honestly, and even if I was the most pro-black, everything should be black kind of, which I'm not. I honestly wouldn't want to see an all-black cast. I feel like then I would feel like they were doing it on purpose and trying to make statements and stuff like that. With this, I feel like she just she was the best choice. Like she sung a little bit better than the second runner-up.
And she is a singer, so
she did.
That also helps.
Don't get me started on my theory about that. You want to hear my conspiracy theories about another reason why she was picked?
Yeah, tell me.
I looked her up a little bit, and it turns out that Haley is signed to a label that is executive produced and owned by Beyonce, who is cast as Nala
for
the Lion King.
It's all about who you know, too.
I think Beyonce may have. I don't feel like Beyonce nudged anybody, but I feel like Disney isn't stupid. I feel like Disney goes,
she might have mentioned
we can get her on. We probably got her on we definitely have Beyonce on this new upcoming soundtrack for the remake of The Lion King. We might want to stay in this Beyonce business. I mean, she's the #1 R&B singer right now. This is one of her artists. The girl can sing, but we might also get Beyonce in there. I feel like Disney is trying to get into the Beyonce business. So I feel like I feel like if everything was equal.
Yeah. Anything over,
I feel like, hey, you know what? This white girl with red hair who sings at the same level as her, has the same acting ability. Everything was 100% even. But Haley comes with Beyonce. Maybe that was what tipped the scale. I mean, who knows? I don't know.
And that business is. I mean, it's probably mixed or both, honestly. Yeah.
Probably.
She's got the connections and she has the talent. So
everybody wants to talk about it's just this whole new movement. I don't feel like this is a movement thing. I just feel like if there's a conspiracy, I feel like it's Beyonce. Beyonce runs everything. And I think that's what's really going on.
Yeah, I think she has a song about that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
she told it. We all know that.
It's not about. I don't feel like Disney's trying to make any messages. It's not. I don't want the whole Ghostbusters thing to happen again. You remember that when they turned when they had the all female.
Oh yeah.
It's not that. So everybody just needs
women empowerment.
Yeah. But let us know what you guys think. Okay,
yeah.
So put it in the box. You know how I always say, and just comment questions that you have about it, and we'll talk about it. And so let's move on to the next story, which, oh my God, I forgot that I messed up the graphic on it, but I'll fix it.
Can't with him.
I blew it. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'll as I try to, I'm gonna fade it out and put you on the spot here. So we talked about celebrity crushes.
Yes.
This is the thing I really wanted to talk about.
This is the only thing he asked me when we interviewed.
Exactly.
He was like, I need to know. I was like,
okay. Who are your celebrity crushes?
I don't even know. I was like, I need to research this.
It's an important question. I'm like, who do you like? What's your favorite? Who's your favorite director? Do you talk during movies? Things like that. All kinds of stuff for this show. Don't worry. I know you don't. The camera was on me, so you didn't see. She is coming away from a cold. So
yeah,
she doesn't want to cough on camera and things like that.
that.
I don't care if there's like a stream coming down. That's just me. I don't care. But you guys might. So
yeah, trying to not like hack all over this.
I think it would be hilarious.
Excuse me. No. Okay.
So I'm gonna go into the. Well,
you have your list too, so this will be interesting. To see yours too.
I have my list, and there's something else I have to fix before. Not that. There's something else that I have to fix before we. No, not that. Okay. I have to put everything back because I messed up on the lower third, guys. I'm just gonna be on. This is the live show, so I'm just gonna be honest and say I messed up on the lower third thing. So that's why you saw it beforehand. Now I fixed it. So now I can put it on the camera that it's supposed to be on.
Yes.
That. What is that? There we go. Yeah. So right now we're going to talk about celebrity crushes, which now I messed up something. You guys keep seeing this still image of me. That was a test. That was a test thing, and just so I had the framing right. So I'll edit that out later. Celebrity crushes. We're gonna. Okay.
All right, let's go.
You know what? 3, 2, 1, and we're back.
Yeah, I mean, when you're live.
Did I save it? Did I?
I think so.
No. Okay. All right. What? And we're back. So, celebrity crushes. I'm gonna have you start first because your list is better than mine. I like your list.
Mine are all men.
But
how is it better? Yours are women.
Your list is good. Your list is
all right.
good.
Well, I'll just warn you. I have a type, so you'll see.
Oh my God! Yeah, she has a type.
Who was the first one? So, yeah. So the first one is Tom Welling. He is from Smallville, if anyone knows what that is. A CW show. He played Clark Kent, although you're trying to tell me he wasn't actually Superman.
The show had 2 rules. No flight, no tights. They mentioned he became Superman at the very last episode, but he wasn't playing Superman ever.
No, pretty sure he was flying though. And he went to see his father.
All the times that he flew, he was either possessed by his Kryptonian DNA. It was never technically Clark. I'm gonna just geek it up and just totally ruin everything.
No, because I said I liked superheroes. You'll notice my list has a lot of superheroes on here. And he's trying to say that.
And the funny thing is,
he wasn't superhero, but he's still a superhero.
You didn't like new Tom Welling. You like old Tom Welling.
Right.
I showed her what he looks like now. She's like, he almost didn't make the list.
No, I was like, I think I might retract my statement of Tom Welling hot now. Sorry, Tom.
Oh, hey, Cyril. I was just letting you know somebody's saying hi. So I don't know if you're saying hi to me or if you're saying hi to
probably both of us.
Amanda. I almost said Ariel.
Hey, that's fine. I'll take it. I mean, I've been Ariel before. So.
But yeah, I can see you typing. So hey, Cyril Moore says hi.
Hi.
But
Awesome.
I'm sorry, I interrupted. You were saying that Tom Welling is the best man of all time.
I mean, he's on my list.
He's on
so
your list.
At Young Tom,
Now,
that one.
is this the hall pass list or just the crush list?
What's the difference?
Like, okay, so if Tom Welling was to interrupt you and your boyfriend while you were having dinner and said, "I want to be with you tonight," would you get up and leave? That's the difference.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe
right.
I would. I'd be like, well, maybe it's Tom Welling. I love Superman.
Depends on like how
well
invested.
you said
No.
If he did like this,
If that's how it depends how invested I am in this relationship I'm in. This is new.
Like,
oh yeah, Tom, I'm coming.
I think one of the most, and this is from a guy, and like I don't go that way, but I think just speaking as a straight guy, one of the sexiest things Tom Welling did on that show was the way he said Lex's name. He would just Lex. The way I can't do it justice. He would turn away and say,
I know.
Lex. Like he was always confused by it. Like, all right, is that you?
I don't know. He's just hot. Okay. All right, moving on.
Like maybe if he said it like that, Amanda.
I would go. I would say yes. I mean, actually, now if I saw him, I would say no. I was like, no.
I'm sorry.
Go back 10 years and come back.
Your boyfriend has a ring. He was about to propose. Tom Welling, fuck, got me.
God damn you, Tom.
Tom Welling did it again. Jesus. So that's your first. That's on your. So we're
It's
not
my
talking about that type of list. We're talking about just crush, or which.
All right, I'll tell you. So if I saw Tom, no, I wouldn't. I'd stay with my. I'd stay with my boyfriend.
No, Tom Welling from the year 2001 comes to the future.
So hard.
wearing this shirt that you see right here, smoking. His nipples just burnt the S on the chest. And right before the salad showed up from the waiter, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing? I noticed you noticing me, and I wanted to put you in notice. I noticed you too. What do you do?"
Okay, yeah. I get up.
I knew it. I knew it.
I think anyone on this list, I would do that.
Even I would give up. Babe, it's Tom Welling. I gotta go. Gotta go. That's what I would say. I'm sorry. Yes. I was like, I'm sorry. But all right. So let's let me see if I can. Let me try to transition.
All right, your turn.
Maybe I should wear my glasses a little bit more or something on the show, because that's probably why I'm not working very well. So my list. Here we go.
Classic.
Charlize Theron. Gots to be more careful.
I mean, I'm not even gonna ask you why, because it's very.
Because she's a humanitarian.
Oh, you like her for her.
She has a heart
for
of
her
gold.
Insides, not her outsides.
Oh no, I'm gonna be honest. It's the twins.
Okay.
No, I like her
inside and out.
Every movie that I guess the people who are on my list are actresses who, if I hear their name, it immediately has my attention. Like there's a new Charlize Theron movie coming out. No matter what it is, I don't even need to know what it's about. I'm going to look at that trailer. It's if I have to stop and go, this person, because ever since what was the movie? The Devil, the one with Keanu Reeves that she did, but with the Devil's Advocate. Ever since the Devil's Advocate, yeah, that was like her first. I don't know if that wasn't her first movie. It was like her breakout role, and then everything that she's done since. Like me and Joy just saw the one she just did with Seth Rogen, the comedy, where she plays the woman running for president, and she's funny. She was funny in that too. Okay,
no, I'm for it.
Ever since
I agree with this one.
I'm a 80s and 90s guy, and she's been crushing it since my teens, and I'm 39 now, and she's still crushing it. Look at her. Come on. I can't.
All right.
I can't help it. I gotta tell you, Charlize Theron ruins everything around me.
I can't even say anything. Yep, I'm on your side on that one.
You gotta be. Nobody can be upset with me on this one.
All right. Oh, okay.
So let's move on to your next
second one. One Tree Hill is one of my favorite shows, and Chad Michael Murray was one of the reasons why it was my favorite show, to be honest. But actually, I really just liked it in general, and him. Mostly him.
Mostly.
And then he left, but I still watched the show. I was very upset when I guess something happened where he cheated on Sophia Bush, and then there was like this big issue with it, and then they kept her, but they had him go, which was weird because he was the star of the show. So I was like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I remember something about that on...
he cheated on her with like one of
is
extras or something. It's real life. Real life. They were married. So Sophia
he was
Bush,
married to his co-star?
Yes. And but he was the lead. Like, he was one of the main characters. It was about One Tree Hill was about him and his brother.
And they couldn't be professional and just keep working?
And then he cheated on Sophia Bush with a backup dancer or something of the show, or an extra or something. I don't know, whatever. And something happened, and apparently, like, he ended up leaving, which is, I was like, why did they just can her ass?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I like her. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe,
but she wasn't the main character of the story.
Okay,
the story was about him and his brother. That's
I see
what
you mean now. Okay,
so I thought it was weird.
Since it was central around his character, why didn't they
just have you say you gotta go? But he cheated, so maybe she's like, why?
You know what? I don't know the story, but I would imagine it was because who he cheated with. It was with another actress on the set. He did something unprofessional.
Yeah, so maybe that's because he was the one that did it, so he had to go, kind of thing. So I guess I get it.
I can. That's the only thing I can think of. It was just because of what he did and who he did it with. Because if it was, obviously, if it was somebody who wasn't connected with the show,
then maybe
it probably would have been like, look, I don't care if you guys are getting divorced. You got to be professional when you're on the set. And maybe something happened. Well, obviously, he wasn't being professional.
Yeah, that's true.
He had to,
damn you, Chad Bruin.
But he's back on Riverdale. And you're not watching.
Are you sure he's on Riverdale?
I think that's where he's at. I think he's like.
I'll have to look.
Is he Archie?
I've never seen Riverdale. I've never watched it.
Me and Joy just saw him on Thirst Tweets. You said you've never seen a Thirst Tweet video. It's when a celebrity sits down and they read out people's tweets about how much they like that celebrity, but it's usually very X-rated.
Oh, actually, no. I have seen something like that where they read things about, well, it's not just about thirst, though. It's about, it's like, oh, this person has a big, like, nose or something. They'll just,
mean tweets.
Mean tweets.
Yeah,
I've seen that, yeah.
No, it's like, I'm going to have to show you a couple of thirst
tweets.
The
thirst tweets, that's awesome.
Crazy. All right, so
you're
moving on to my next person on my list is Minnie Driver. I mean, it's
an interesting choice.
Ever since, and I haven't seen, now the only exception to the rule about I have to catch every movie would probably be Minnie Driver. I haven't seen her a lot of her movies, but the one movie that I saw her in that it's still stuck to my brain like a memory burn was Good Will Hunting. And it wasn't, and it was a great performance and everything, but the stupid and sick reason why Minnie Driver has stayed on my list only because of not just one movie, but one scene, and it's the dumbest thing. It was the scene where her, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, they're just sitting at a bar just talking, like the way we're talking now. She tells this story. She goes, there was an elderly couple who've been married with each other for like, I don't know, 100 years, whatever, like that, right? And on the husband's birthday, the wife goes, it was an old Irish couple or something like, oh, honey, I love you so much. And I want to know if there's anything that I can do for you because I love you so much. I want to do anything for you. I want to make you happy because you've made me happy all these years. And the husband says something bad, like something like, all these years, there's one thing that you've never ever done for me that I've always wanted you to do for me is give me a BJ. I'll just say BJ.
Okay. BJ.
Yeah,
you said BJ.
BJ. No, I hit the table, by the way. And the wife then proceeds, this is her telling the story. The wife then proceeds to take out her dentures and gives him what he wants. And then after it's over, the husband goes, oh honey, that was amazing, that was the greatest, oh you're the best, I love you so much, after all these years you're still you're pleasing me, is there anything that I can do for you? And then the wife says, give me a kiss.
Like that? Oh, Oh,
That's what she does on that scene. She drinks some water and says, "Give me a kiss." And for some reason, Minnie Driver's been one of my favorite actresses for years.
Oh my God. Okay, sorry. I thought she had the other stuff in her mouth when she asked that.
Yeah, she did.
She had that too with the water.
No, she didn't drink. No, Minnie Driver had to drink the water to act out what the old lady in the story
Oh,
did.
okay. Got it. Okay. All right. Yep, that went right over my head. I'm still sick. I'm like hocked up on Tylenol PM.
So Minnie Driver, she picked up a
Take
glass
Quill.
of water and did that, and it was so funny that Minnie Driver is, for this day, has been one of my favorite celebrities of all time.
All right.
It was
I like
it was amazing, and I don't apologize.
You shouldn't.
For any of it.
Don't you apologize. Oh, next up. Actual Superman, according to Chris.
Yes. This is the quintessential Superman. And next on your list.
And next on the list.
So what is it about Tom Welling? I mean, Henry Cavill, who is no longer Superman, by the way.
I know.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. But he's Superman to me forever.
Which was the name of a Superman movie that never got made.
Superman Forever.
Superman Forever. Starring Nicolas Cage.
Oh God. No. Pass. Hard pass. Anyway, back to
the real Superman.
Back to the real Superman.
Why is he on your list?
Actually, I loved Tudors. So I first saw him in Tudors, and he was super hot, obviously. I just really liked his character that he played, and just him in general. So when he became Superman, I ended up watching it, and I was just like, oh yeah.
I think the first movie I saw
hot.
of him was...
I don't even know.
What was that movie? The Greek movie, like the Clash of the Titans. I think that was the first movie I saw. And then I saw Man of Steel.
Yeah, so that's all I have for that. Nothing too crazy. I just was like, yeah.
No Christopher Reeves, the original Superman. No Brandon Routh. He doesn't do it. No, what about the Superman from The Adventures of Lois and Clark? Yeah, who was that? What was that guy's name?
I mean, they're all okay, but that's my Superman.
Well, here's my Superwoman. Right
Ooh.
Here. Not really. She's not in it. She's okay, I guess. It's just Halle Berry. It's no big deal. It's just every guy's fantasy.
I know. I was like, she's on everyone's list. So
everyone's list. She's on your list, my list, everybody's list.
She is beautiful. Again, can't say anything bad about that.
And John Wick 3. And she's been on my list ever since, Boomerang? The movie she did with Eddie Murphy back in the 90s.
What's your favorite movie that she's done? You gonna say Swordfish? Is that the one where she takes off her top? It's everyone's.
Thank you for bringing that.
You're welcome.
All the way back.
Give everyone a visual.
Came rushing back. And who was it? Wolverine was in that. Hugh Jackman, right? He was in that movie, right? That was such a shock to everybody. Everybody like, whoa! It was like when Janet Jackson did that thing at the Super Bowl. Everybody was so happy. I was so happy.
So happy.
Just so happy. But my favorite movie with her. Ooh, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. And that's what she said. All right. I'm gonna have to think about.
All right, we'll come back.
I'm gonna have to think about that one. So.
All right.
So we've already.
Next one.
Oh my god! I've been dreading this one. I've been dreading it. I know it's one of your favorites. So let me make sure that I don't want to do that. Okay.
What are you doing? Oh yeah, it's another superhero. I told you guys I have a type.
Not in any particular order.
This is not any. Yeah, this isn't top. This is just randomized. I can't actually pick 1 through 10. That's just too hard. Like, don't. It was hard enough trying to pick this list.
But Chris Evans. Why Chris Evans? Right? Why not?
Again, let me just look at him. Do you see him?
First movie I ever saw of Chris Evans. What was the first one? Not another teen movie?
Actually, I didn't start liking him until I saw him on Captain America. Until he became Captain America, honestly.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, yeah, hi.
First movie I've seen of him.
Because he became a superhero. This is my thing, right?
That's when he got jacked.
That's my thing, yeah.
The first movie I saw of him was Not Another Teen Movie. The first movie I saw of him that I knew he was going to be a star was a movie called Cellular. with what was the name? What was the Pfeiffer? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
I think Michelle Pfeiffer was in it.
Okay.
He was on a cell phone, and Michelle Pfeiffer was kidnapped, and she found a phone in the room that she was kidnapped in. She made one call and got him randomly.
Oh, okay. So she was like,
he had to find her, and he found her.
Oh, wow.
Spoiler alert, he found her.
Well, thanks a lot. No, we don't need to go see it.
Right? I mean, it's awesome. It's just a funny movie, Cellular. Okay, so we're coming from Henry Cavill to Chris Evans.
Mm-hmm. You're next.
I'm next. No, that one's already been done. So I'm about to mess up this order. Nope, I found the next one. Here we go. My list is so typical. It's Winona Ryder. We're watching
because it really
Stranger Things.
Winona Ryder now?
Yeah. I mean, that would be my only option. I don't have a time machine. I mean, it would be Winona Ryder now. But when it happened was Beetlejuice.
Okay. All right. I mean, yeah, okay.
And Edward Scissorhands.
It's never been my type, although I'm not really into women, but
even Winona Ryder now? No. She's adorable.
Okay. Yeah, I would say adorable. But made it on your list, top 10?
Yes.
Hey, I mean, everyone has a type.
I liked her character in Beetlejuice, and I liked her character in Edward Scissorhands. Sarcasm. Actresses who are very sarcastic. I don't know. It does it.
I liked her in Little Women.
Oh yeah, I like that. What was the one that she did with?
I think so. Yeah.
Was it Little Women? It was Whoopi Goldberg, and it was like she was playing.
I like her as an actress, though. I think she's
I also liked her in Star Trek. She played Spock's mom. So a lot of people remember that. But was it Beetlejuice? Edward Scissorhands. I just loved it. I think her name was Kim.
I wouldn't have expected that from you.
What, Winona Ryder?
Yeah. I don't know.
She's adorable.
Okay.
I mean, I love Winona. I just like saying the name Winona.
I think that's the only reason.
Yeah. If you like it, I love it. All right, now it's really about to get interesting for you.
No, it's going to be the same. Oh, like another superhero.
There we go. And keeping on our theme of Avengers, let's just call it. Let's just say she would assemble the whole Avengers.
Assemble.
Come here. Chris Hemsworth, why? I should have put Fat Thor in there.
Why do you ask me these questions?
I should have put Fat Thor in the picture. I should have did it.
I told you to do that. I thought that would have been fun.
I'm gonna put the glasses
more
on so I can see better.
More of him for me. It's fine. Yeah, just I mean,
what was the first movie you saw?
Why not? Again, I didn't start liking him until he became Thor.
So it was the Avengers that did it for you.
Yeah. So when he actually became Thor, I was like, "Oh, hi." How you doing? I don't have much to say. I'm very just like looked at him and I thought he was funny. I like his character in Thor as Thor. So
that was it. That's all.
I was just like, and I loved that he played a fat Thor in this one. Like
it was more of him to love.
I loved it. Anyway, it was really cute. Anyway.
Moving on from Chris Hemsworth to another superhero, Megan Good. She just recently became.
I was like, who? What?
I don't know if I want to tell you because if you're going to see the movie, I don't know if you've.
Well, that's fine. I won't know who she is. You can just tell me the movie.
I kind of ruined it then because I've already said superhero, so it's already done. So if you haven't seen Shazam yet,
I haven't. Oh, okay, but I'm going to see it.
But she's cast in it.
Ooh, she's beautiful. Now she's just gorgeous.
One of my late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
crush. And she doesn't look that like she would be that old, but she is. She's in our age group.
Yeah.
So for me, there's still a chance.
She's my favorite on your list so far.
Megan Good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
100%.
She almost made it to your list.
Almost. You're right. She almost made there. I forgot about her. She would have made it.
I'm trying to remember. I've seen her in a lot of movies.
Let's take her and put her in my list.
Well, she's one of those actresses that I get joy out of finding that she's being, because she doesn't. I don't feel like she gets booked enough.
No,
I feel like now she's starting.
She's a good actress too. I think so.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I
Anyway.
forgot. Here we
Oh
go.
yeah. Then the other. I couldn't choose between
It's like
them.
It's Megan Good is in a Hemsworth sandwich right now. I bet she would love it.
If that's her type, though, she might not be into that.
What is her?
She might not be into
She's married to a pastor, I think.
generic white dudes. So,
Maybe not. I think she's married to a black pastor.
yeah.
I wonder how he feels knowing that so many men think so much dirty stuff about him.
Oh,
he probably thinks
he's like, I mean, who wouldn't, right?
I'm
As a guy who's like, that comes with the territory, like, I'm gonna have her, I'm gonna have to like deal with it.
Right.
Like, you have to deal with it.
He's like, I'm a pastor, I'm not dead. I know what I got.
I know what a guy thinks. I know more than what a guy thinks.
You said now. I asked you this question. How did you feel about you will be following Miley Cyrus though?
Oh God, I don't.
What is your beef with Miley?
I don't see. Okay, I'm not there. Obviously, I'm not in. No, this. Take it back, girl. Take it back. I'm not in their relationship. He might like the crazy kind. Okay, right. And that's definitely.
Didn't they break up and got back together?
Yeah, but see, he seems so again, this is just me looking on the surface. I don't know. He could be crazy too, but he seems so put together and like he's very like reserved. Like if you see them.
It didn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. When you see them out, she's
calm down, I feel.
I don't know. But when you see them out, she's all like, I'm fucking crazy. And then he's just like, yeah, this is my girl. And she's over here like backing it up.
Perfect impression, by the way.
Doing some like crazy thing. He's just like, yeah, this is, and like sometimes he'll like play along with it and he'll laugh at her.
It's almost like an 80s sitcom.
It's just like,
that's Molly.
Yeah, it's just like, it's too extreme. Like she needs to be with, like
Chris Hemsworth. No.
Like I think she needs to be more of like with a like a punk rocker dude. I feel like that would be good for her, or a rapper.
She has been with rappers.
I know, but she needs to go back to that and give me him. Yeah.
I wonder what he thinks about that. About the whole. Like, did you get it out of your system?
Yeah, I'm gonna let that. That's not gonna last. So I'm gonna give it some time
until she gets it out of her system. Then we'll get back together.
He'll come. Yeah.
And then little John be like, yeah. Oh my God! I just only imagine how embarrassing it is. But moving on to I can't remember the first movie I saw her in, but I remember my favorite movie. It's an independent film called Butter. And it was about butter sculpting competition. It's a stupid dark comedy. It was weird. I forgot. I think Jason Bateman's in it. There's a bunch of just people in it. But she played she's been on a lot of movies that I've seen.
I liked Time.
Chime?
Time.
Time. Out of Time. Out of Time.
No, I think it's just Time.
The one
with Amanda Seyfried and Justin Timberlake? Where they had the time? Yeah, I think it's just time.
Just keep saying time. It's time? Is it time? Time.
It's time.
Is it time? I think it was called Time. No, it was Out of Time. I think it was Out of Time. Oh, no. That's with Denzel Washington. It wasn't called Time.
Look it up.
Apparently,
he doesn't believe me.
Time movie. It's probably going to bring up every movie that in time.
Oh, all right. We were both wrong.
We were both wrong. I was close.
Right. No. I don't think so.
But I liked her in that as well. And she played Justin Timberlake's mom.
Yes.
And which was weird for me.
She's gorgeous too. Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I definitely approve of that on your list as well.
Of course.
She's a good one.
She's
the second I approved.
You have to see
like, because I need to approve your list and everything.
Exactly. Like my list does not have to meet your standard. Like my list does not have to prove anything to your list.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But, you want my opinion. I know you didn't ask for it, but you're going to get it anyway. Good. So, moving on.
Booksmart. You have to watch Booksmart.
Yes.
Her directorial debut.
I saw the trailer. It's good.
You have to see it.
Looks funny.
It looks hilarious. And it was. It's one of the best movies of the year. Now, this is going to make me laugh because you haven't seen the latest movie that he's done in Netflix, but he's on your list anyway. Why? Why is Zac Efron?
Zac Efron? Oh. Well, of course, the first movie I saw him on was High School Musical, of course.
I've still never seen it.
Everyone loves
And High School Musical 2. Is there a third one?
Maybe. I don't know. I know there was like one and two at least. And yeah, had a super duper crush on him because he's just super cute, right?
Because he's Zach.
Because he's Zach, right? And then kind of forgot about him. And then I saw The Greatest Showman, and I love that movie. It's probably one of my favorite movies, actually.
I gotta see that. Everybody keeps saying how good
It's
it is.
so good. And he just was, I was like, oh God,
But
Zach.
watch.
And he can sing. So that's another thing. I love a guy who can sing. So he got me, just like with his voice.
What was it? I forgot the name of the movie. Something vile and something evil. The Ted Bundy movie.
Yeah.
You gotta see it. You wanna have mixed emotions about Zac Efron? Watch that movie.
You know, it's funny because we have a running joke with my friends, and they swear that I'm Ted Bundy's daughter.
And,
I know, it's weird, but I will explain. So, I guess before, I think now they know who she is, but before when he like birthed her or something, the mom hid her away, so she didn't even know her identity, like who she was or anything that she did. And apparently she changed her name, and nobody really knows who she is, and she didn't even know who she was. And my friend, we were at his pool just hanging out, and he was like, oh, Ted Bundy, you know, his daughter is about your age, Amanda. He was like, you know what, she kind of looks like you, and you would definitely be someone
around
that Ted Bundy would kill, and you kind of look like him. And I was like, what?
And they're just throwing all these ideas in your face? All
these things. And I go, well, no, I was like, I look too much like my parents, so I know it's not me. But it was just really funny. And then my friend Ben, he was like, no, you're a little crazy. I could see it. Anyway, so no wonder I would like
typical conversation with your friends at the pool.
Yeah, this is just a normal conversation.
Like, speaking about diving boards, you know who you look like? Ted Bundy. Like, what?
Somebody's not, and you're probably gonna kill us all. It's really funny, but no one. So that makes sense why I would like him. Yeah,
Zac Efron.
That's Ted Bundy.
But you still haven't seen the movie.
I haven't, but I will now.
Wicked, like something wicked.
It's on
extremely
Netflix.
Vile and evil. I think it's a long title, but it's the Ted Bundy.
Look. I mean, I have to know how he plays my father. So
the way he looks into the camera, all deep and stuff. You're like, oh, Dad, don't, no.
Dad, come on.
No, stop. No, I don't like that.
Dad.
Another one from the 80s. Another celebrity crush from a long, long time ago. I think it was the one that solidified it. I think it was the movie Two Can Play That Game with.
Oh yes, that's one of my favorite movies. I watch that every time I break up with my boyfriends.
All the ones that's on this list.
Plural.
Plural. Like she sends a text.
I'm over you all.
Yeah, exactly. A group text. Done. About to watch Two Can Play That Game. Go, Vivica. Oh, wow.
Go, girl.
It was.
Yeah.
It was that movie, and it was.
And I hate on Gabrielle in this movie, but
you notice that.
But I love her as an actress.
How many movies did Gabrielle Union and Morris Chestnut do together?
Oh yeah, they did it.
Like they were always.
Do you think they were allowed?
I don't. They say no. Logic says, "Damn, yeah."
They have really good chemistry.
Exactly.
I don't know, girl.
That can't be a coincidence. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
Just keep it on down low. It's cool.
I just feel like there was something always there. But she was always, every time, that's one of those names. Every time I hear, even her last movie where she played with the mom that like saves her kids from the house being invaded. These criminals were coming to attack her. And
I didn't see that one.
Her kids. I forgot what that movie was called. I saw it at the theaters, but I've already forgotten about it. I'm sorry, Gabriel, but I saw it.
But he remembered you in it.
I remember.
So that's all that matters, because that's all that matters.
It's not about the acting or the movie, the plot. It's about Gabrielle. That's what it's all about. And
all right.
Now let's move on. She cheated. Now.
No, that's my 7 and 8.
7 and 8. All right.
Again, I couldn't choose between the two brothers, so I picked both of them.
Okay. So right, you're sitting down, you're minding your own business.
Yes.
And
so
then both of these brothers come at you at the same time.
James Franco, for sure. That's why he's 7, and then the other one's 8. Yeah, they're both hot. And James Franco I liked way before I even knew about his brother.
Yeah, nobody knew about his brother.
Yeah, and then he just came out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, he's good looking too. But
a backup Franco.
I like James because, one, I think he's hilarious. And I love the films that they made. And when he remade The Room, that one was good.
Yeah. But they were both in that.
Yeah, but we're talking about James.
But
at this point.
Zac Efron and the other Franco were in Neighbors together. That's
Yes, Neighbors. Yeah. And so I liked, again, there's like
and you do have a type.
yeah, they're all in like the same circle too. It's weird.
Mine goes back and forth.
They're either superheroes or all like
brothers. I've noticed. Weird. They're either superheroes or related. What?
Yeah, I couldn't. So I really liked. I think they were both hot. So
Everybody on my list is like that. What?
Oh, sorry. So the younger brother is married to Allison Brie. And a lot of people say I look like her, or she looks like me, because I think I'm older than her. Actually.
You put a lot of yourself in these fantasies. I like it.
I'm just saying he's married to her, and I get that I look like her a lot. So
there's a chance.
And I looked her up, and then weirdly enough, I looked at her measurements, and we're kind of about the same. We're the same size, except my boobs are bigger. So,
Mr. Franco, keep an eye on your wife, because she just might go missing. You might find a man who's just wearing her clothes.
I mean, we're the same size.
Exactly.
We kind of look alike.
And you're like,
maybe not.
You're ready to go to Papa Dell's bed? Like, who the hell are you? You're so funny. Oh, God. Like, oh, my God. Like Live at 5, the Franco murders. No, she wouldn't do that.
I am Ted Bundy's daughter. You never know.
You never know. Speaking of crazy, we move on to was it Aubrey Pena? Is that the name?
All right.
And you thought she was the girl from The Office. She's not the girl from The Office. It's Parks and Rec.
Not Office.
I thought you said Office. That you thought that's where she was from. But she was in kind of like The Office, but it's Parks and Rec is what TV show she was in. And
I don't know. I can't remember.
She's in a bunch of great movies. She's currently in Child's Play.
Why do you like her? Why is she in
I just finished binge watching Parks and Rec for the first time a couple of months ago. And she's super sarcastic, very weird, and pretty. Okay. Then
she is weird. She plays weird characters, but it's a quirky weird. Yeah, I like it.
And that's all it takes. That's it. No special meaning behind it. That's just she made the list because of her weirdness.
All right. He likes it weird.
I love it weird. That's all I'll say. And then for your last on your list,
go anywhere,
was so weird. It went all the way to the whole male cast.
Yeah. Again, I couldn't choose
of the Vampire Diaries.
I'm telling you, the whole male cast of the Vampire Diaries, they're all equally hot. Although I know everyone will say that Damien, he's Ian Somerhalder, I think his name is. A lot of people are like, he's the hottest. And he's the one, I don't know if you can like point at that. No, probably not.
Wait, is it there? Further down
he's
to
the
right?
middle. He's the middle bottom.
Middle bottom. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The middle bottom guy.
In the middle in this direction right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
so even like I've had this debate with my mother too, because she watches Vampire Diaries and she loves Ian, and Damien on the show, and I always like Stefan, which is the one right next to him on. You can't see it. Not the guy from our right. It doesn't matter.
But I know they can't see where I'm pointing. But this
okay. The one in the blue. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. So I was always team Stefan, and she was team Damon. But they're all good looking, and they're all great.
I don't know why I thought she was gonna say yummy. What did I call it by accident on text message? I said I meant to say you have a cavalcade of
creamy deliciousness.
But it came out. That was my list. It came out capital cave of creamy deliciousness. Like I don't even know what that.
Capital cave. I was like, cavalcade. So meaning
cavalcade of creamy goodness.
Cavalcade meaning a parade of creamy goodness. Yeah.
Milky creamy goodness.
Milky good. There we go. I was like, I know. Well, again, I have a type. As you can see, my whole list was all, as my friends say, even the guys that I date are tall, generic white guys.
Right.
It's just.
And we have the proof right here.
Yeah, we have the proof. And that's just, all my boyfriends look the same.
And speaking of a cavalcade of creamy goodness, we come back to my list.
Trying to change that.
Number 10, Sandra Bullock. I've loved her since Love Potion number 9. When she was wearing the geeky glasses and had the buck teeth and all that, and was totally, I was the only one in the world that could see what she what the potential was. I could see it. I knew that she was going to be the woman of my dreams forever and ever. And this is now.
And she still looks good. I just saw her in Ocean's 8, and I was like,
I didn't watch that one.
I just watched it. It's actually pretty good. I liked it.
This is a picture from her in the other with
The
Ryan
Proposal.
Reynolds. The Proposal.
Yeah.
My favorite. That has
I think she looked the best in that. That was my favorite.
What is my favorite movie? Maybe Bird. No, I saw her in Bird Box in Netflix. Did you watch that?
Yeah, but she looked.
You didn't like it?
Oh no, I liked it, but
and she became a level 7.
She just wasn't. Oh yeah, can you explain that to me?
I'm giving you 2 hints already.
I don't understand.
Of what a level 7 is?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the story.
Yeah, I don't do hints.
Don't do hints. Okay, so it was an inside joke that I said with Joy. I said that I said that there's a rating system of interracial dating, and I stopped at 7 because it's like the phrase it's a perfect 7. It's a perfect situation. Person that you would be in a relationship with and marry and live happily ever after. 6 would be I guess just I don't know just having fun. 5 would be trying to piss my dad off. 4 would be I'm gonna. I just had a.
We should do that list one day because I have a different list for that.
That's like it was just a made up thing and it changed up the while.
Get that list going and we'll do it.
Ever since I made it up, every time the conversation comes up.
Piss your dad off. Oh, I have one for that.
I have an internet crush on a YouTube channel called Collider. Her name is Perry Nimroff, and I text her. I tweeted to her because I thought that there was a conversation that she had on her YouTube channel with her panel about this same exact topic. She said she mentioned a date and I thought she mentioned that the guy was black, and I remember and I tweeted this to her, and I remember saying out loud, even though I knew she couldn't hear me, I knew it. I knew you, and I said I knew you dated at a level 7, and then I told her what it meant, and she tweeted me back and was like, I don't remember that conversation, but it was something like, I don't remember that conversation, but I will. How did she say it? I will.
Yeah, go big or go home.
She said, I will accept the level 7 designation. Something like her words were a riddle.
Oh, okay.
She kind of said like something like, I don't remember having that conversation, but I will accept the level 7 designation is how she said it.
Okay, I get it. Like that's where she sits there and she stays there or something.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
What's 1? What's level 1?
I don't want to say.
You say it. Say it.
I don't
you
know.
gotta say it. You gotta say it.
I don't even know where I was. I don't know.
All right, well, we're gonna make that list, and we're gonna come back to that another sub. Yeah,
exactly.
All right.
It's probably something dirty.
Yeah, we'll talk to them.
Like weird fantasy
that
stuff.
you only want to.
I've never actually sat down and wrote that list out though.
You should. I think it'd be fun. Okay.
But
moving on.
And
now we have we're bonus.
Yeah, we're at
so bonuses. We switched it around to if we liked the other sex, who would be our crushes.
What can I do here?
Again, I couldn't decide, so I had 2. Typical me, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
go ahead. We should probably get out of that.
Go ahead and say who yours is before, and then I'll fix this graphic.
Including the cast, the male cast of Vampire Diaries. There's also the star, which was a woman, Nina. Her name was Nina DeBray. She played. God, why can't I remember her name? I just blanked. I don't know. Anyway, she played the lead, Elena. Oh my God, yeah. So she played Elena in Vampire Diaries, and I just think she's super pretty, especially when she played Catherine, and because she played Elena and then she played Catherine, which is a vampire version of herself. So, but they weren't the same person. Anyway, so she played 2 different people. Anyway, thought she was badass in it, and just thinks she's really pretty. And then there is Shay Mitchell, where she was on Pretty Little Liars.
And that's the first time I saw her.
That's the first time I saw her, but she also plays on You, which is the new Netflix.
No, You was the first time I saw her.
Right. I saw her on Pretty Little Liars. Yeah. And then I saw her in You. But anyway, and I just
But I
thought
think
she
she's
was
very beautiful.
She is. I was just like, it doesn't matter.
I want that fantasy to happen
Yeah.
for you. I do.
She plays lesbians on both of them. So
So if you're listening,
if
Amanda loves you.
If one day I go that way, coming after you. Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, right. She's all like, oh, I don't. I'm just acting, dear. Just acting.
I know. She's probably super straight.
Probably.
But that's good.
But I mean, we can dream.
You don't know. She could go both. Go both ways.
And then I
plays
guess
it really well. And yours.
put mine out there. I mean, mine's is atypical. I mean,
very typical.
And it's only because I want him to be the spotter in the gym. I want him to help me work out. I'm trying to get to a certain weight.
Your love and your best friend.
He's my gym coach crush, I guess. But I mean, I guess ever since the wrestling days, that's when I've.
That's when I know him too. Yeah.
Yeah. So mine is atypical. Most guys have a boy crush on the Rock.
Oh yeah, it's either The Rock or like Brad Pitt, Vin Diesel. Yeah, like that.
But mine's is The Rock.
John Stamos.
The Rock is way better than those guys, and I bet he's a tender lover too. He would probably look me deep in the eyes and tell me he cares.
Oh yeah, caress your head.
Yeah, and as I caress his.
Yeah.
If we want to be weird about it, which is this has already gotten so weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh no, but okay.
Yeah, so that's it. That's our.
That's the
list.
And I'm trying to get the.
So
maybe I should just keep The Rock there.
There you go. Yeah, love that face.
Yeah, he's just like wrap it up.
Now I love that. That's the picture that you picked for him.
Yeah, like him being very scary.
Yeah.
Oh no, let's stop.
You like scary Rock.
Yeah.
Not sexy Rock.
Yeah, exactly. That's it's my list.
You did say you like it weird, so
I like it. I like it weird. But I do have those. I am getting tickets to
your fantasy.
To Hobbs and Shaw starring The Rock and Jason Statham. And I need your help in promoting it too. So if you're in the Houston area,
yeah,
and we're definitely going to be there. But yeah. That's our weird list, our rundown. I'm sorry I kept you longer than I imagined. We're already an hour over time because I've been working and trying to get these graphics done, and so it's my fault. I will make sure.
It's definitely his fault.
I'll be better next time if there's a next time. This was like she said this was a trial, and she warned me, said, Chris, if I do not like the experience, not only will I slap you.
That's true. I said that.
But I will never ever come back, and I was like, I knew I was gonna mess up, so I messed up with the graphics. I
think he's on strike 2 right now, so you're still there. I haven't left the.
And he's still in the game.
Yeah, he's still in the games.
I thought my list would throw me off. You're like Sandra Bullock.
No, I loved her. Awesome. She was third on the approval list.
Oh, awesome! There we go.
Yeah.
And that was the only topics that we were going to talk about other things, but I decided to cut those because I knew we were going to be pressed for time.
Yeah, I know we have the questions, the mail.
Oh, God. We're going to fly through these really fast because I almost forgot to tell about this. So yeah, you're a trooper. If you want to rock out the questions, let's go. All right, so guys,
they're sending us stuff. We got to answer them.
Exactly. So, all right. So let's move on to this is We Got Your Mail. Okay. Sorry. While Amanda tries to collect herself over here, just totally dying over here. And guys, so I'm going to move on to We Got Your Mail. And
yes, get me out of this, please. So I'm going to go hack over here.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. She's going to, I mean, we can still hear you.
Oh, shit.
But language. But
I know it's so hot, right?
So all right, you know what?
Sorry.
That never happened. That's what editing is for. And
we're live,
and we're back. All right.
Jesus.
So all right. So hey guys, welcome to Week. Let me try that intro again. Here we go. All right, prepare yourself, guys. Chris with T3 Media's fans sharing entertaining news, honest reviews, the latest in movies, TV, trailers, and more by talking through the media. I am your host, Chris Fagan. I am here live with Amanda Pearson. I didn't forget your name this time, but I did forget to switch the camera.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't, because I was just like,
I mean,
I had water, and it was just like not pretty.
Oh, it would have been fine. It would have been fine. So Amanda, appreciate you sticking around to do the We Got Your Mail stuff, even though we did run over time. So without further ado,
Gotcha.
let's get right into it. Now, you said you're not wearing your glasses, so you want me to read the questions out, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Been rubbing my eyes all day.
All right, let's
Allergies.
Yeah, sure.
I'm fragile.
She has yet to prove that she can actually read. She has yet to prove.
I mean, if you could see how small the font is over here, I don't think anyone can read that.
That is true. You know what? I got to give you the benefit of the doubt on that one. So you're actually right. But what am I doing wrong here? Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing wrong here. All right. So question number 1 came from No Attack on YouTube. Okay, No Attack. Will Avengers beat Avatar with the re-release and Spider-Man boost? If yes, when will Avengers beat Avatar? Which date, etc.? Now, this to me was not fair of a question, because how am I supposed to know exactly when Avatar is going to be beaten by Endgame? The question now, I guess,
like, it's will. Will. Well, what do you think?
Will it beat? Okay, will it beat it?
Yeah.
I still feel yes. It's at this point. It's under 99. I'm not under 99. Under 20 million. It's at 19 million. The DVD won't come out till July the 30th. It has to make a little bit less than $1 million a day. It can make it. We haven't seen what the boost of Spider-Man has given it yet, because Spider-Man just came out Tuesday. We'll find out on Sunday. When the numbers come out for Sunday on box office, that's when we'll know. If I was to guess, I think Endgame would get another $3 to $5 million push, which, if at the low end, if I'm right, that means that it would be at 16, 15 million. And then it would have another 20 days to reach that target. It's possible. If I was a betting man, I would say yes, it will make it. But it doesn't look good. I'm hoping. So I know you don't have any skin in the game on this one, right? You don't really care if it beats Avatar or not.
No, I don't care.
Okay. Fair enough. That's your line.
I mean, if I have to compare the movies, I like.
Which one do you like?
Endgame better. So
Endgame better.
I vote for that. Well, obviously, all my men are in there.
There you go. So you need to root.
Root for my men.
Stand by your.
Stand by your.
All right. Question number 2 came from Christopher Case.
Stand by your mans.
On your mans. Stand by your mans.
Stand by all your man. Anyway.
So the Game of Thrones and the Last Jedi remake petitions have me wondering, when these people watched/read Misery, did they think Annie Wilkes was the hero?
That's all you. I've never
You've
seen that.
You said you've never seen Misery.
Nope.
So
I know what it's about. I just never actually watched it. I'm not a big horror person. I get scared.
Well, I guess what Christopher was saying was that the Game of Thrones got so dark, and Khaleesi turned from the hero to the villain. I guess he mentioned the same thing about.
I see.
I guess what he said: Game of Thrones and Last Jedi remake petitions have me wondering.
Wondering. I see.
People are petitioning what happened with Game of Thrones so they can get another season and redo what happened. That's what that petition was about.
Like an alternate ending.
Or just redo the whole season because they felt like the season was bad.
Well, I mean, Game of Thrones is so unpredictable, but in a predictable sense, I think everyone knew that Jon nor Khaleesi were even going to rule the Iron Throne at the end anyway. I knew it wasn't. I actually thought it was going to be Sansa. That was my prediction.
Oh.
I mean, I was half right because she was still Queen of Winterfell.
She was Queen of the North.
Yeah. Or Queen of the North, yeah.
I don't know why I didn't put her on my list because I'm starting to like. You know what? No, she hasn't. She has to do more for me.
Yeah. I heard she didn't do too well at Phoenix.
I saw Phoenix. Yeah.
I haven't yet, but I've heard. I haven't.
We're not going to talk about
anyway, let's move on.
It's still fresh.
Yeah.
But and they petitioned The Last Jedi, I guess, because they don't like the way the Star Wars direction is going. But when he said, well, these people watched read Misery, did they think Anne Wilkes was the hero? I guess he's talking about these people who were supposed to be good or having character arcs or character switches. I guess that's what the joke is about Misery, because Misery was about a crazy obsessed fan. Oh, now I get it. These crazy obsessed fans who want everything to be so such a way, and it's about what I want. It's about not what the writer wants. this crazy obsessed fan found that writer of her favorite book, tied him down, kept him prisoner, and broke his legs to keep him there and stuff, and forced him to resurrect her favorite character that he killed off. And there was a whole movie about that. And that's probably why he's acting. So I guess these people think that Ann Wilkes' character, that crazy woman, was the hero, because all these people want to just grab these writers and I guess and throttle them and kill them. Now I get it. Took me. I've had this question for so long, and I just now got it. Yeah, yes, okay. I think they do think that she was the hero, because some of these fans are very rabid and they take it very seriously. And what do you think about the toxicity of these fans lately on the internet and whatnot? Like, have you ever experienced anything like that in any work that you've done?
Well, at least I would say for Game of Thrones, yeah. I kind of agree with. I feel that Game of Thrones was rushed. I think they were approved for 8 episodes, and they said, "Oh, we can do it in 6."
And they
completely rushed it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, no, but they just rushed it, because I feel like if this was typical Game of Thrones, at least I think the last episode, they would have fought way harder for Jon Snow to still rule. Like, they could have done more. They were just like, well, we can't. They're like, oh, we can't? No. So let's figure it out right now. I don't know. I don't feel like they just surrender that easily. Especially Sansa and Arya, the two most stubborn, 2 out of the whole damn. I mean, they're all stubborn, but
we could probably have a whole Game of Thrones conversation on this one. Like, it's after all these months, it's still fresh. It still hurts.
Is still. But the thing is, because they were so worried about Star Wars, which I feel like that is just overdone anyway, they wanted to get into working on that, so they rushed Game of Thrones, and that's what annoyed me about it, because I feel like it was rushed. I don't feel like it was an awful ending per se, but I feel like they could have done better, and made it feel like justice was more. I don't know.
It didn't matter to you that even though they shrunk it to 6 out of 8 episodes, that the last 2 or 3 were an hour and 30 minutes instead of an hour. So the same amount of time was probably there, but the way they edited and where they turned it to 6 episodes, you're probably right. It did feel rushed to a lot of people, because it was technically 6 episodes, but even though the last 2 were an hour and 30 minutes long. But I felt like I liked the way they did it, but at the same time, I also could understand how people who were angry about it felt. So I'm in the middle of it. I couldn't write it any better, but I understand people's disappointments on it. Wow, you are really upset about it. She's like, I have to drink more water, Chris. You just don't know. This is a button topic.
No, I'm going to lose my voice if I don't do that.
I got to ever get you out of here. Let me go to the next one. Fine. The next one came from Twitter. Nerd Chronic. Love that, man. Nerd Chronic. Do you consider it a cheap move to there's another Avengers question, to re-release Endgame this weekend in order to beat Avatar for the #1 box office spot, or do you think it's still a fair play? Do you think, is it one of those fair enough kind of moments for you? Do you think that whole thing about, and just to be technical, to re-release something is it ends its theatrical run and then it comes back? It was still in theaters, and what they did was they bought out more. They bought out more. They bought out more screens again, and then they delivered new footage. And what they delivered was a deleted scene and a tribute to Stan Lee. That was it. It wasn't anything that changed the plot or anything like that. It was just some extra nerd stuff.
I feel like a lot of people would want that extended.
Yeah, and a lot of people are going into it and watching it. But do you think it's fair? I think I think yes.
I think yeah.
I mean, Avatar did it.
They could have done. Oh, they did.
Yeah, Avatar ended their run, and then like a year or 2 later, they brought it back into the theaters.
They did.
And got another $10 million out of it.
Wow.
So I mean,
jeez.
I think if a couple of years from now, if Endgame doesn't beat Avatar this year, then I feel like a couple of years from now, when the next Avengers movie comes out, I think they're gonna re-release Endgame. Officially, like, make it a real re-release, and then it'll be Avatar, if it doesn't do it this time. Like, if it's like $5 million away, they'll get that money eventually. It's gonna happen. Hopefully. And then when the next movie that it's not about Avatar losing. It's just I want to see the record break. And if Endgame breaks the record, then the next movie that could beat Endgame, I'm gonna root for that one too. If it's Avatar 2, I'm gonna root for it because I just want to see these records break. So that's all.
Yeah.
That's all. I know.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna move on to the next. Well, that was from Nerd Chronic, and the next one came from. That's Nerd Chronic again. Where's the next one here? There he is. It was just a question that came in. So it was, have you ever had, this is a question that was directly for you. Have you ever had a great audition for an acting gig that went very well and never heard from anyone? Dun, 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 dun. We're putting somebody on the spot.
Yeah. Well, I can just say, based off just being in the industry, you kind of learn a few things. Mm-hmm. So I will say that you probably could have had a amazing audition that went well and perfect, but there could be a number of reasons why you didn't hear from anyone. Depends on if it was an audition that was a cold read or if it was, so there's multiple. So say it was an in-person audition, mm-hmm. right? They are looking for a certain type of person. So one, you could have acted great, but you didn't fit the bill of what they're trying to look, because they're looking for the personality and the looks. Usually right. A writer that's going to hire an actor for a role, they already have kind of like a look of who they want, right? They already know. So if they're like, can we make her into that? Because even if you have blonde hair and they're looking for someone that's going to be a brunette, they need to know, can she look good in that? Right. Like that, because we'll just dye her hair right. or something, right? So there's multiple factors in that. So you might not just looked remotely close to what they were looking for. Right. And they just, no, because they also want you to act and look like it, right? Also, a lot of things that I've heard lately is in the industry, it is all about who you know. I will tell you, I've been able to do a lot more movies based off of being on set and meeting like an agent and then having them take me to another set and meeting other people. And I just kind of have been able to be on movies from that and not even audition for any of them based off of what I was doing there. So, and then they like you. So if you're likable and you can work with them, you take direction really well, and you're serious and professional about your job, like you can get it through that. But again, you got to get through the audition process first, and then once you do, a big thing is also social media now, which I hate this because it's all about a following. And somebody you could have had the greatest audition, and you could have probably been the top and at the top, and they're like, oh,
but we'll probably get more eyes on this movie
because
if we get the girl with 1 million followers.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Because like, okay, this girl has 3,000 followers and she was really good and she was great, but this girl was very close to her and she has like 80,000 or something, right? So they're gonna go with who they can
probably get
more
marketed.
Yep,
more, yeah.
Who they can market, and that just really sucks because now it's not just about talent; it's also about your social media presence and all of that stuff, which is something I even have to work on as an actor, because I started in improv and theater, and that's where most of my work comes from. So I didn't have to worry about this Instagram crap, right? Because I did theater and whatnot, and we don't worry about that. But then when you get into film, it's a completely different ballgame, and this is where I've just started film this year, because I was like, you know what? I actually did a 48-hour film project, and I loved it and had such a good time. And the director that was on there were like, you take direction really well. You should maybe consider doing film. And I was like, cool. Yeah. All right. And then I got a couple people when we showed the film saying that I was a pretty good actress and they liked me. And I was like, I'll think about it. Yeah. Because I never thought about doing film. So I started doing it, and I realized completely different. So you have to take into account that might not be your talent that's not getting you seen, or it's also the factors that you have to look. But if you're doing on tape, if you move around too much, that's another thing I've struggled with too, because theater, you go big, right? You're always big. And can
you hear me?
Yeah, in the film, you're dead. You can't move. Like, you just move your face. So it's like, right? So if you are doing a taping and you send in your audition and you're like, I nailed it or whatever, it's even from your background. If you have too much going on in the back, they'll just be like, I don't like it. From your background, if you move around a lot, if you don't have a second person talking, they don't like that too. So make sure you have a second person talking, it's kind of helping you just read in the background, right? And if you got to make sure you don't actually look at the camera, you got to look over it. So many things,
to be judged on.
Yeah. So if you are doing a taped audition, I would definitely look for that, or have a professional look at it. At least the first couple of times that you go into an audition, you can pay people to do this. You can pay people, like a teacher, to tape your audition. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I think it's like $50, but it's worth it for the first 2 times, because then you can figure out, they'll tell you, don't do that. And then you can review it for your next one, and then you'll know what you're doing. So
don't feel too bad if you don't get that call back. There's a lot of factors going on behind the scenes. The only movie I've ever been in was a movie called Thug Life. Racist. Anyway, but you fit the bill for that. Right, exactly. Everybody can tell
You're
that
so
Chris
thuggy.
is thugged out, right?
Yeah.
I think I think I was like doing the square root of something when the director was like, "Hey, you seem smart. You want to be a thug?" No, I was. It was
because you're black.
It was that probably too, but it was.
That's the only thing they counted for. He's black. He's a thug.
The rapper who used to rap with Snoop Dogg, named Lady of Rage. I rock rough and stuff with my Afro puffs. You remember her?
No.
Okay. Doesn't listen to that. Okay. Old Town Road is her favorite song, by the way. But it was a straight to DVD movie back in the day. I just happened to be on set because it was being filmed in Houston. Me and my friend that was there, we had.
You did tell me that.
Tell you that story, yeah.
Only because he had a black shirt on.
A black shirt on, and
he was an accidental.
Extras were wearing all black, so I could. So they said, "Hey, we need some more extras to do this shooting scene." And when I went back and I found the video, the tape or the DVD, I found that I was in there. There was a scene, a millisecond of me shooting a shotgun. And the funny thing that happened on that, I totally ruined the scene because I shot the shotgun. The thing sparked once, but it didn't spark again. And everybody else was pow, 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 pow. Mine only went once. And then I went as loud as hell. I was like, wait, cut. I said cut. You said,
oh no, you're never going to act again.
I said,
you can't sound.
It's not working. And the director was like, it's fine. Like, where'd you get these extras? From over there. I was just minding my own business. I was like, I started freaking
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
20 years old. I'm like, cut. Oh
okay.
God. But
word of advice, don't tell the director to cut. Yeah, tell the director. You will never work in Hollywood.
I don't know if they even have this footage. They definitely edited it out because all you can see me is, pow. That was it. Thug. But that was.
I hope we can find that footage and just show that little.
I'll find it for you.
Let's get a reel of that.
I'll send it to you. But it's a movie called Thug Life, starring the Lady of Rage. That's her rap name, but I forgot what her real. Baby D from Friday.
Oh, okay.
Her.
Cool.
Friday, the second Friday movie, Baby D. All right, move on to the next. The next question comes from a Facebook movie group that I'm affiliated with. Hey guys, I know you're probably not watching now because everybody's still hungover over the 4th of July.
Yeah,
right?
Or they're still partying.
Still partying like we are.
I would have been if I wasn't.
I'm sorry. She's late to the place she's supposed to be. This is the last question. We're gonna get her out of here. Facebook group, the Movie Addiction group. So if you haven't become a member of that group, go. They talk a lot about a little about a lot of things in that group as far as movies. But Martin J. Alscozer Sanchez, I probably butchered that, from the movie group, Movie Addiction, says, should Heather Langenkamp play Nancy again in another Nightmare on Elm Street film? Well, my first question is...
Are they going to do a 40 years later?
Yeah. Is there a new Nightmare on Elm Street coming out? That's question number one.
They could.
So they could, but after the last one
Jamie Lee Curtis, how they did that.
Yeah. The question is, should. Do you think, if let's say for sake of argument that they're in production of a reboot or a continuation, maybe with Robert Englund playing Freddy again, would you want to see Nancy?
Yes, I actually like when they bring back the characters of the original.
Past?
Yeah, I love that Jamie Lee Curtis was in all of them, pretty much.
This coming from the woman. Oh my God, I forgot to put her in the list. I did have one more.
Jamie Lee Curtis was in your list?
No, remember the Punky Brewster girl that I was telling you about? Oh, the girl who played Punky Brewster.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Bringing her show back. So if you like, but you didn't watch Punky Brewster.
I didn't. I think, again, was before my time.
But you saw Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, yeah.
Which was also before your time, technically.
Yeah,
when
but
it came out.
that is different.
But it kept going.
But yeah. And my brother is a big horror film. Yeah, so he would watch all of that stuff, and I didn't like it because, God, that movie just made me never want to sleep, ever. So
the concept was so unique because everyone had to sleep. But it was kind of
funny too sometimes.
And everybody had a dream.
I know.
And it made the
water scene where he's in the waterbed or whatever. Oh, yeah. That one, I still have nightmares
of that, of Johnny Depp getting killed. Johnny, no, that was Johnny Depp.
Oh no,
the waterbed scene.
It was so long ago. It's just all I remember is the waterbed scene, and that's all I remember.
She hates it when good furniture gets destroyed. That's all. That is. Oh my God!
Not the waterbed. The waterbed. Oh God! I didn't care about Johnny Depp. Not the waterbed.
Johnny, no. Get
off the bed.
Get off the bed. Freddy's gonna. I'm gonna have to mop this.
God, just die on the floor.
Could you imagine her? Die on the floor. His poor mother. Not only did she have to wipe up the blood from the ceiling, but clean up the water on the floor. Freddy just messed that whole family's day up. But I mean. That movie stood the test of time, and I loved it when Nancy came back in the third one, and I loved it again when she came back in the fifth one. I think.
I think she should be in the next one too.
I think so. If they do, here's how I would do it. If they do a reboot of the Nightmare on Elm Street, she could just she doesn't have to play Nancy. She could play the mother, Nancy's mom.
Right.
And let another girl be Nancy and let her be the mom. Just to be an homage to.
But I see what you're saying, but I think they should definitely do like a 40 years later type of thing.
So
I know they're gonna kind of copy Halloween, but
technically
they should still do that. Not 40 years. I don't know how long it was, but
in the Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Freddy was able to come to the real world. He came out of the script and attacked the actress who played Nancy, and she survived.
Right.
But in the script, Freddy killed her in part 3. So Nancy's dead. So if there is so they would have to retcon and wipe out that whole. I see
what you're saying.
They probably do the whole thing with what they did with the Halloween thing. They ignored
all one through whatever, and then went exactly through.
And do it a direct sequence. Now the only way they can do it is if they did that.
They didn't, but Jamie Lee Curtis, they didn't have to because she didn't die.
She died in H2O.
Oh no, she didn't.
Yeah, she did. We're gonna have to after the show. We're gonna fact check that. I think she died in H2O.
No, that's the only one I like because Josh Hartnett was in that. I didn't say that. I actually like them all, but that one was. Died in H2O. I think she died in the next one. The one if she did die, it would have been the resurrect. There's H2O and isn't there Resurrection?
Isn't Resurrection the remake?
There's so many. I know. We need to get our facts straight.
Nancy should come back.
Yeah, we're going on a tangent. Okay. Regardless, I don't think she died, but we'll look it up.
I think she did.
We'll ask the viewers. Does anyone know?
Right, exactly. Well, there's nobody sending the questions now. Okay. But we'll figure it out one of these. But yeah, so that's the last one, and I appreciate you sticking around. Your trooper. Let me try to fix this whole camera thing. You want to tell people, even though you said that you're trying to build your Instagram thing and get the ball rolling on your social media, you want to tell people where they can find you online? Well,
I think isn't it right there? Doesn't it say that right there?
Oh, you're always calling me out. That's the second time I've said something.
Oh, right there.
I've said something stupid, and then she totally calls me out. But I was gonna fade it out to the full screen, and then say, well, you saw it right there, Amanda Pearson, 1885.
Yeah.
But where is that at?
Instagram. Yeah, and then just Amanda Pearson. You can find me like on Facebook or something. That's just my name. I have the same picture for both my Instagram and my Facebook.
So unoriginal, but no, it's marketing. It's what you got to do. You're right.
I know.
No,
well, I had something else, and they're like, "No, you got to keep your name if people want to find you." And I just started Instagram. I'll tell you, I've never been a big social media person. I have about like 5,000 friends on Facebook because I've used that since 2008, whenever it came out. But that's because of my mother, I'll be honest. She was like, you need Facebook because I need to know if you're alive. So because I don't call her enough, that's what she said. She was like,
is that the voice? Is that how she did? You need Facebook.
No, I think I'm being more whiny than she is. But I'm also a little phlegmy, so I apologize. But no, she's just like, I made you a Facebook. She did. She's like, I made you a Facebook. Get on it. Post something once a week so I know you're alive because you never call me.
Is she Brooklyn?
Yes, from Jersey.
I can hear it. I was like,
we're from Jersey.
I made you the Facebook.
She still has a little bit of an accent. She'll probably tell you no, but she does still. Especially when she's angry. Yeah, it comes out. She hasn't been angry with me in a while, though.
It makes me think about Marissa Tomei, who I probably should have put on the list.
Yeah. So, but I have Facebook, so I have a lot of friends on there. But Instagram, literally, like the last couple of months, I started using it. So I'm just trying to, build up mine as well because I know it's going to hurt me in the long run if with
social media.
Yeah, with my career, it's going to hurt me getting gigs because they're going to pick someone else that might not have as good of talent that I have. I'm not saying I'm amazing or anything, but.
Well, hopefully this will all give you more exposure and whatnot. Like you say, hey guys, if you're out there, follow Amanda on Instagram, Amanda.Pearson18.
If you want to see me as a princess or Wonder Woman or there's just lots of stuff I do in there. Yeah,
it might even happen here. It's
gonna happen here.
We've been talking about a lot of stuff.
I like to dress up, so just be ready for that.
I'm gonna probably make that happen one day. But I appreciate it, guys. Well, until next time, guys, I appreciate it. And like I said, if you have any questions that you want to bring to us here at We Got Your Mail, you can put it right there at T3Medias.com, at T3Medias on all social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
I think it's all down there.
Yeah, all down there. Mail at T3Medias.com.
Don't listen to him, just look
right there. Try to use the hashtag WGYM. I always think that's like women's gym, but it's We Got Your Mail. And I trust me, we will answer all the comments, all the questions right here on this segment. Until next time, guys, hey, peace.
I'm going to go call my mom now.